every story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good morning, CoreTV News on the hour. I am Tolu Ojewumi. Members of the deadly Islamic sect Boko Haram swooped on a bar and a brothel located near a major military base in Mobi, Adamawa State, and killed over 60 people. Reports from Yola, the Adamawa State capital, indicated that explosion rocked the popular bar located at Kabon, a few kilometers to the headquarters of the Special Operations Battalion of the Nigerian Army in Mobi. It was gathered that the Special Operations Battalion was at the center of the Nigerian government's counter-offensive against Boko Haram's increasingly daring attacks on military and civilian targets. The blast occurred around 6 p.m. at the brothel, where both military and civilians used to unwind. Local sources added that soldiers based in Mobi frequently join civilians to eat, drink, and dance at the watering hole. It, however, says that military commandos had warned soldiers not to stay at the joint past 4 p.m. In recent weeks, Boko Haram has carried out deadly attacks in the northeast Nigerian states of Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe, despite the federal government's declaration of a state of emergency in the 3 states. Meanwhile, security forces in Cameroon have killed about 40 Boko Haram militants in clashes in the country's far north on Sunday. Cameroon State Radio says this happened shortly after the release of 2 Italian priests and a Canadian nun suspected to have been held by the Islamic group. The All Progressives Congress APC has condemned the killing of the Emir of Goza, Idrissa Timter, by suspected Boko Haram gunmen. The party says the development confirms the terror group as the enemy of the whole nation, rather than a group set up by some imaginary opposition political party or elites to bring down the Jonathan administration. In a statement issued in Lagos by its interim National Publicity Secretary, Lai Mohammed, the party says the atrocious killing of the Emir is the clearest indication yet that the Jonathan administration has misdiagnosed the Boko Haram menace from the outset. It recalled that when the indiscriminate activities of Boko Haram are placed side by side with other facts, one would realize how deceitful and diversionary it is for anyone to portray it as an attempt to make Nigeria ungovernable under Jonathan. The party says the insurgency has festered because the government started off by not seeing it for what it is, thus losing valuable time to combat it. It added that when it started dawning on the government that the nation faces a serious problem, it responded by seeking to make political gains out of it. APC restated its demand for a national security conference as different from a gathering of old political parties to help forge a common front against Boko Haram. Equatorial Guinea and Sao Tome and Principe have pledged their support to help Nigeria in waging war against the Boko Haram insurgency. Ambassadors of the 2 countries to Nigeria, Job Bengono and Antonio Correa, stated this when they had separate audience with the Senate President David Mark in Abuja. The envoys declared that their countries were worried about the developments in Nigeria and were prepared to enlist it in the battle against terrorism. On his part, the Equatorial Guinea envoy says his country sympathized with Nigeria on the unabating terrorism, which had been claiming lives and property. He assured Mark that his people were ready to collaborate with Nigeria to defeat the terrorists. The Sao Tome's envoy to Nigeria says he brought the solidarity of his country to support Nigeria in the battle against terrorism, just as he pleaded with the abductors of Chibok schoolgirls to release them. Mark commended his visitors for demonstrating solidarity with the government and people of Nigeria. And the Senate President added that Nigeria remains steadfast in spite of the challenges and will do everything to ensure peace and stability of the country, where all citizens will feel safe, secured, and protected under the law. ECOWAS leaders have met in an extraordinary session to review the political situation in Guinea-Bissau and the security situation in the region, particularly in northern Mali and northern Nigeria. A statement from the ECOWAS spokesperson in Abuja, Sani Ugo, says the meeting was held in Accra over the weekend. The heads of state and government, according to the statement, expressed deep concern over the recent deterioration in the security situation and reaffirmed their determination to actively combat the threats posed by terrorism to regional and international peace and security. The summit also appealed to the international community, partners and donors to continue to support the efforts, especially in humanitarian assistance to displaced people and refugees in neighboring states. They also expressed concern over the bloody and recurrent attacks perpetrated particularly by the Boko Haram sect in parts of northern Nigeria and commended the mobilization of the international community behind Nigeria. Prelate of the Methodist Church of Trinity, Lagos, Samuel Kanu Uche, has prescribed divine help as a solution to incessant insurgent attacks on the country. He urged Nigerians to pray ceaselessly so that peace and tranquility can return to the country. Jumoke Olatunji has more.
As Nigerians continue to groan under the pain of incessant terror attacks, religious leaders have continued to harp on the need for Nigerians to be closer to God through fervent prayers. The prelate of Methodist Church of Trinity, Lagos, Samuel Kanu Uche, admonishes that the government should be God-fearing and all citizens in the country should embrace godliness. According to Uche, politicians should always seek the face of God while contesting for political positions.
We are overwhelmed. We're depressed over what is happening. We need God. Only God can intervene and save us now. It's not about religion. It's not about politics now. It is above politics and religion. We need God to come and save Nigeria.
Students of the Methodist Girls High School, Yaba, were also on hand to use the occasion to call on the federal government to do all within its power to ensure the return of the over 200 female students adopted from Chibok by the Boko Haram sect.
We appeal to the federal government to please help us, to assist us in finding our girls.
We are appealing with Boko Haram to release all of them. Our mothers are crying every day. We girls are crying every day for the release of the Chibok girls.
Appealing to God to help us bring them back.
We want our girls back. We don't want them to be held captive.
The call on all Nigerians to continue to seek divine intervention to the incessant terror attacks in the country is still on. Today, Methodist Church's admonition will go a long way to encourage all in the land to place premium on prayers. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Lagos.
As preparations for the 2015 general elections get underway, the leading opposition party in Nigeria, All Progressive Congress APC, says it has all it takes to dislodge the ruling People's Democratic Party PDP from Aso Rock. Rashid took up some APC leaders in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital, on the issue and filed in this report.
The strong determination of the major opposition party in Nigeria, the All Progressives Congress, to put an end to the 15-year run of government at the center by People's Democratic Party come 2015 is now gathering momentum. At the moment, APC controls 16 states out of the 36 states of the Federation, and it is poised to retain its grip on power in Ekiti and Osun states, where the governorship elections will be conducted this year on June 21st and August 9th, respectively.
If you look at this crowd, you will know there's no opposition in Ekiti. Ekiti state belongs to APC. There's no doubt about it. We're clear-headed and clear-minded about it.
This has never happened in the history of these states. A transition from a government to another government, it has never happened. It's a confirmation of victory to come.
For states under the control of the PDP, particularly the home state of President Jonathan, APC sounds loud its intention to take over the governance of those states. Former governor of Bayelsa State, Timi Silva, has this to say on the chances of APC in Bayelsa.
Bayelsa has never been more divided in the history of the state. And unfortunately, this is when we should have been more united. So now for APC, we are very, very strong in Bayelsa. We are very confident because the president has not done anything for Bayelsa State, and the state government is not performing at all.
Ondo State is another peculiar state. Presently, it is the only state in the southwest not controlled by APC. Rather, it is under the control of Labour Party, which is regarded by politicians as an extension of the PDP. The landslide victory of the incumbent Olusegun Mimiko at the recently concluded governorship election in Ondo also posed a strong question for APC. However, Ondo State Chairman of the opposition party, Isaac Kekemeke, dismissed this, insisting that the All Progressives Congress is very much on ground in Ondo State.
What we are saying in Ondo is that we want what is happening in Ekiti, what is happening in Osun, what is happening in Oyo, what is happening in Lagos, what is happening in Ogun to happen in Ondo.
Politicians in the ruling PDP have on several occasions boasted of the party holding on to power at the center for 60 years. However, Temipere Silva has a contrary opinion.
You can see that the PDP government has failed in the center. And that is what has really necessitated the existence, the invention of APC. If the PDP government had not failed, then there would have been no need for an APC.
The 2015 general elections will no doubt be a keenly contested battle. All Progressives Congress, which appears to be the haven for all aggrieved members of the ruling PDP, still have major hurdles to cross before the 2015 general polls. The National Convention for the party and the presidential primaries will prove to be a litmus test for the party. All Nigerians eagerly wait to see what the future days will reveal for the opposition group. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
We'll take you on a quick travel to Iraq after the short break. Please stay with us.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching CoreTV News on the hour. For more information on our news and other programs, visit us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/CoreTV News. On YouTube, our handle is at CoreTV News NG. On Twitter and on YouTube, www.youtube.com/CoreTV News. A quick travel to Iraq. An Iraqi top energy official, Shahristani, says the army must do more to protect a northern oil pipeline and should pay as much attention to it as it does to fighting militants. The rare criticism of the security forces comes with the pipeline, which connects the northern province of Kirkuk to Turkish Mediterranean port of Ceyhan, having been disabled for 3 months as a result of militant attacks as the army grapples with a year-long nationwide surge in violence. The army, according to him, was expected to have had a new specialized division dedicated to protecting the Kirkuk-Ceyhan pipeline up and running by the end of March, but the required arms and equipment had yet to arrive.
Pointed out repeatedly that this protection of the export pipeline should be a national priority, no less than converting the terrorists in Fallujah or elsewhere. I believe the army should have taken more action to protect these pipelines than they've done. Can provide sufficient protection along with the oil police. The chances are that the pipeline could be attacked.
That's all. Thanks for watching. I am Tolu or Jeremy. Good morning. See you again on top of the hour.